Hello everyone. We welcome you to all new episode of our Health from Home series by Aditya Birla Health Insurance. Monsoon brings with itself the promise of rain, life, and escape from the heat and humidity of summer. However, not just humans love the rainy season, but plants, animals, bacteria, and viruses enjoy it as much. As a result, while we might be going on walking in the rain or diving into the puddle or just enjoying the freshly cut fruits, it certainly might not be that harmless. Today, I, Vasundhara Agarwal, MSc in Clinical Nutrition and Dietetics, would like to welcome Dr. Sunil Chaudhary, an MBBS with 12 years of clinical and disease management experience, currently managing care and continuum at Apollo Pro Health. Welcome, Dr. Sunil.
Thank you, Vasundhara. Thanks for inviting me to have my views on this topic, which is very important. Thank you again.
Right, Dr. Sunil. Dr. Sunil, monsoon is one of the season most of us enjoy, and we all like to go out and enjoy deep fried foods, go on long drives, treks. And however, as much as we want to enjoy the monsoons, we also have to deal with the common waterborne diseases and fungal infections. I would really appreciate if you could help us out how we can enjoy the monsoons to the fullest while managing these waterborne diseases. Yeah.
Thank you, Vasundhara. So first of all, the most common waterborne diseases or diseases during monsoon, of course, we'll talk about it. But we should also remember the COVID is not yet gone. So COVID is on the top of our list that, one may catch or may suffer with during monsoon. So we should be very cautious about it. Rest are, so mostly during monsoon, diseases are related to, either dirty water or mosquitoes, which are breeding in those water puddle or, water which is accumulated at different places. So the mosquito-borne diseases or, mosquito as a vector could be malaria, dengue, chikungunya. These are the common ones. Then there are other viral conditions like viral fever, flu, which also come up during this time. And also, there are other diseases which are related to, unclean water, dirty water, which are like typhoid, diarrhea, cholera. So these are the common ones and all very specific to, this part of the world where we see these conditions coming up again and people suffer during monsoon. So we should be cautious about these conditions and should be taking all the precautions.
Correct. Dr. Sunil, so amongst these, the ones which you mentioned, like chikungunya, malaria, which are the most dangerous ones?
All are very dangerous, but dengue specifically, we consider during this time when we see a lot of cases of dengue, and dengue is more dangerous because beyond a point, it becomes very difficult to manage dengue in the hospitals also if it's of a particular type, which is hemorrhagic dengue fever. Otherwise, all these conditions, the good part about all these conditions are that all are preventable. Okay. So one should be taking all the care to avoid it. And, I wouldn't say that one is better than other. All are equally, dangerous situation. But
in fact, I was just going to come up to the one that you mentioned that all are dangerous, but we have to be preventive about it. So, Dr. Sunil, how can we manage and what precautions we should be taking so that we don't encounter with these waterborne diseases and infections? What all measures we can take in our normal day-to-day life to prevent these?
Yeah, so very important question, Vasundhara. Very and this is, we should, like, the first of all, as I started with COVID, one should not forget about wearing masks during when you're in crowded places. So mask is at most. Also look out for places where there is accumulation of water near your residence or inside your house. If there is such accumulation of water, one should be cautious about it. Should be cleaning that place. Generally, you see this in people water plants in the house, that, or there are some
the water tray.
water trail or is some kind of unused tire or puddle or gutters, there that's where you see all water accumulation, and mosquitoes breed on these accumulated
Breathing
water.
on it, yeah.
One can be, so one can be looking at yeah, calling local municipal corporations to spread pesticide in your locality to avoid breeding of such mosquitoes. Use mosquito nets if it's not controlled. Use roll on while going out, so there are mosquito repellents roll ons which one can be using to avoid mosquito bite. Then wearing full sleeve in rainy season when you go out. And on the water side, water hygiene, one should be drinking boiled water or filtered water. Hand hygiene is very important, after before having food, after having food, before you are feeding someone else, or you're using hands for different purposes. And it's very important to have hand hygiene, cleaning, washing your hands regularly. Food hygiene is equally important. Utensils in which you're cooking food, for how and you should be heating it properly for before consuming food. Then avoid eating roadside during this time. Is like, this is, as you were talking about, people want to have fun, they want to go out, but roadside stalls, when somebody eats there, I mean, there is no guarantee that that water they're using will be good clean water. One should be avoiding it as much as possible. Food like fast food like pani puri or dahi puri, etc., which
I
call
was just
bhel
going to
puri.
ask what foods we can eat in monsoon while enjoying the rainy season and
Yeah,
not falling sick, but you were just
yeah.
at it.
Yes, because these are, of course, people fall sick. We have seen this in pretty people coming to people, those who have had roadside food as a history, majorly catch these conditions, typhoid specifically, cholera. These all are, spread from fecal oral route. So hand hygiene is very important, and you can control the person who is, the seller. You cannot be, you cannot control the quality of the food that you're getting served there. So very important to avoid roadside food, then avoid crowded places. One particular thing which we have seen after COVID has, post COVID, there is a increase in number of people those are going to water park, and
Correct.
yeah, and that is leading to a lot of people falling sick after that, either viral fever, typhoid, or people going to such places with open wounds, cuts, and getting into
Yeah.
this water. One should be, I mean, I'm not saying that one should not be enjoying, but be very cautious. Ensure that the water park that you're going to, or swimming pool that you're going to, is properly clean. They have proper hygiene processes to clean the water, and circulation of the water is maintained properly in those premises. Uh, but most important after all this is to have proper vaccination.
Okay.
So all these are preventable. Flu vaccine, very, very important. Okay.
Okay.
Typhoid vaccine, rotavirus, hepatitis A, and COVID. People, those who have not taken COVID boosters, should be taking COVID boosters. But vaccines are very important, and they actually help in avoiding such infections. Or if infection will occur, then also the severity of the infection won't be that much. So very important to follow all these instructions.
Dr. Sneh, like I will like to go back on your previous lines that a lot of people have started going to water parks
Yeah.
and amusement parks, and they have freshly cut wounds. So all these places, we actually take our children to these places so that they get to enjoy and see the outside world, because during COVID it was a big
Yes.
loss for them.
Yes.
So, Dr. Sunil, how we can make sure that our children enjoy these
Mm.
outside gathering, how they can go to school, because they're interacting with so many other children. Like not everyone is taking precautions. If we
Yeah.
are taking precaution, not necessarily the other parent is.
Yeah.
So how we can manage the situation, like sending our children to play in the amusement parks or just gardens, or going
Mm.
in the water park, how we can manage this, like what precautions should we be taking?
Yeah. So yeah, this is very important question specifically for parents, those who are very cautious about they want to prevent any such infection to be, their kids to fall sick. Now, most common conditions are same, yeah. Mosquito bite
Yes.
related conditions like chikungunya, typhus, dengue and malaria, or typhoid, cholera. These are common ones. The other ones which which are also common among kids during this time is hand foot mouth disease, chicken
Okay.
pox. So this also is spreading during this time. Now kids have started going to school, so they're catching viral fever from each other. All of a sudden, there is if they didn't have during the 2 years of lockdown, they were not exposed to so many pathogens, and all of a sudden they are being exposed to all this pathogen. And schools are generally crowded place where they catch infection. And most of the kids do not maintain hand hygiene that much. It easily spreads. While coughing, kids do not put a hand on their mouth. Even mask is not properly worn, so it spreads among kids very fast. And not only that, COVID is, for COVID also, kids were the best carriers, so they could carry easily without symptoms. So all these diseases are there, but what we can do is, it's all these are easily preventable. So
Okay.
for kids, it's the same thing. To avoid mosquito bite, one should be using mosquito repellent on the clothes, so that they're not bit by mosquitoes. Make them wear full sleeves. Take care of, if they want to jump in puddle, they should be either wearing gumboots or should not be jumping in dirty puddle. Uh, but avoiding that is very important, because leptospirosis is one of the condition which develops when you actually step into dirty water or infected water. So one should be avoiding jumping into dirty puddle, or yeah, covering mouth and face is very important, because kids are going to school. They were in the protected environment for these 2 years. All of a sudden, they're going out. They should be, for now, at least for next few months, they should be following wearing masks, covering their face while coughing. All these basic hygiene things should be taught to kids. Uh, Again, they should not be playing barefoot uh, during this time, because getting exposed to so many pathogens. Plus vaccines, if they have not been vaccinated, or even if they're vaccinated, one should be visiting their pediatrician to get ensure,
Regularly.
yeah, so their vaccination schedule is updated, and they have taken the basic vaccines like flu vaccine, typhoid, rotavirus, COVID, varicella, hepatitis A. These are very, very important vaccines for kids to have during this time. And rest is hand hygiene. One should be teaching hand hygiene to kids, and make sure that you're making them wear clean clothes too. I mean, that's very important.
That's great, Dr. Sunil. Dr. Sunil, so like apart from this, like sometimes I'm sure parents might be having their bad days. They miss out on all these precautions. So just like I've seen a lot of times, children, they are like, okay, you go and play. We will give you a bath in Dettol water. Does that
Mhm.
help?
Yes, yes. So using antiseptic or disinfectant water while
Yes,
when
yes,
somebody
basically,
comes
yeah.
from outside coming to home, play, very important to clean kids after that. And so yes, of course, this is very important, and we should also try to imbibe those habits in kids so that they take care of themselves. You cannot keep
Correct.
beyond
Totally
a point;
agree.
it becomes difficult. So kids should be doing it. If you remember, in olden times, grandmothers and or people of that age won't allow somebody inside the house unless they have washed their hands and legs outside the house. Outside the house will be hand pump or tap water or something to wash their
Yes,
hands. The
yes.
same things have to be followed now also.
Totally agree with it. Now, instead of hand pump, we have sanitizer outside everybody's houses. Like, please sanitize and then come.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Mm,
like Dr. Sunil, how we manage our children, it's the same way with senior citizens. They also
yeah,
become small kids only when it comes to all these monsoon
yeah,
seasons. However, they're very careful with, I'm
yes,
sure, like they have so much experience about how to take care of their health and the family.
yeah,
But still, even they tend to fall sick because their immunity is little low.
yeah.
So, what all precautions these people should be taking, like how they can improve their health and manage the monsoon season?
So yes, Vasudha, you have actually pointed out the right, you know, uh, right matter here. For senior citizens, it becomes difficult because immunity is low compared to other adults. For the but for them also, one should be like The basic idea of improving your immunity is replenishing all your micronutrients and vitamins. Uh, that's a like basic thing one has to do. One has to do. If there is, let's say, there is any gap, one doesn't know, one can go for a health check where to get the immunity tested. But one should be taking all the vitamins regularly, visiting the doctor to to figure out which vitamins or micronutrients they should be taking. Mostly it is vitamin C, vitamin B12, zinc. These are the common ones to boost immunity. No amount of kara is going to help. One should be very cautious about that. And only and best immunity booster for anyone is vaccines. So one should be updated with the vaccines. So what happens is once we have grown up, after we have crossed our childhood, we do not know what vaccines we should be taking. Adult vaccination is equally important, and it has to be done every one. First of all, flu vaccine is one of very important one. One should be taking every year to avoid flu. We do not take we do not take much we don't give much attention to this, but it's very, very important to take flu vaccines every year. Specifically in case of senior citizens, they should be updated with their vaccine. Pneumococcal vaccine is another one. So these are important vaccines which will prevent monsoon related conditions. Typhoid vaccines, very, very important for senior citizens. In their case, also important that they're wearing clean clothes. They take care of themselves a lot, but taking proper diet is equally important. Eating enough, so very they should be very cautious about what they're eating. It should be hygienic, most important.
Correct.
So plus it should be a balanced diet, taking enough nutrients in their diet, and also maintaining basic hand hygiene. Or even if they're playing with kids, they should be wearing masks, avoid COVID. So all these are very, very important part, even for senior citizens. Apart from this, when they avoid going out when you have any symptom, like let's say there's cough, cold, or viral fever. Don't take it lightly. Get yourself tested, because you see a lot of senior citizens, they sit with each other. They're in societies.
They feel it's normal. It's normal cold cough, seasonal.
And they may spread it to other senior citizens as well. So one should be avoiding this till they are out of the symptoms or the condition for which they're suffering from has been subsided or they have recovered completely.
I get it. So, Dr. Sunil, these vaccines are easily available, like across all the physicians. Like anybody can just go and take these flu vaccines or the typhoid vaccine during the
So these vaccines are available in most of the clinics, even if it is most of the hospitals. You will find it. Even the small clinics also one can find these vaccines. Most important is to go to your doctor and don't go directly and try to take vaccines. One has to get a prescription from a doctor before going for these vaccines. One should be meeting the doctor, figuring out which vaccines they need or not updated. Maintaining your vaccine chart is very important, and then accordingly doctor will tell you from where you can take these vaccines.
I remember, Dr. Sunil, during my internship days at government hospital, Nair Hospital, during rainy season, maximum cases were malaria or typhoid.
Yes.
So if they are taking vaccinations, so this is going to get prevented, and eventually they will be at better health, I'm assuming.
Yes. So it is also important, how many people are staying in a house. Is there overcrowding inside the house? What are your water sources? And what kind of hygiene you're maintaining, locality, your social economic status, everything matters. So
true.
And people living in metros, they don't have that luxury of having a big house, and so there is that so mostly everyone in metros have same kind of problem, because localities are so people are living in small spaces next to each other. So whether it's a poor locality or a locality of a higher social status, they are all in the vicinity. So vaccines is the best solution, I would say.
I agree. So, Dr. Sunil, during this monsoon season, the water what we are drinking is also contaminated. So
Yeah.
how we can make sure that the water we are drinking is pure, like what precautions over there we can take so that we don't fall sick due to the drinking water?
Yeah. One of the best ways is to boil the water, and uh, boil it for enough time so that all, all the germs or bacteria, viruses, or microorganisms are killed in that. Uh, Reverse osmosis, all this AquaGuard or other brands which you get, water filters which are available at home, one can use them as well. There is another way of doing it. Let's say these resources are not available. Chlorine is one of the best way to clean water. On most of the chlorine that you use, they actually tell how much has to be put in the quantity. So one should be very cautious about, or should be taking those steps properly. One should not be putting more chlorine or less chlorine, because
Yeah.
that is not good. So these are the three ways that could be, so when either boil or filter, put chlorine.
Dr. Sunil, like, does alum also works? Like, I've heard a lot of people just run the alum in the water. Does that also help in cleaning the water?
If let's say there is mud in the water, it helps in doing that. But for our purpose, when we want clean water, alum is not enough, and one has to be boiling it.
So boiling is one of the best ways, to be
Yes,
honest.
yes,
Okay. Even if your filter is not working or if the candle is not changed, a lot of
yes,
times people miss out on their
yes,
maintenance of their water purifiers. So boiling
yes,
is like the safest and the easiest way.
yes. Best way uh, to clean your water.
Great, great. Dr. Sunil, also like what if after taking all the precautions, drinking water, getting vaccinated, still
Hmm,
if one of the family members gets infected with any of these
hmm.
uh, diseases, so what is the best way to manage? Like how should we go about the process?
So if you see, most of these conditions have one common thing, that is fever. So, and once you have fever, first thing in today's scenario, one should be getting the COVID test done first. Very important thing. Visit your doctor, uh, and don't self-medicate. Don't start taking medication yourself without any prescription or visiting your doctor. And if let's say some one person has fallen sick, because you're living the same, you have the same environment around you, once you take a step back, think about what could have caused it. Let's say it is malaria or dengue, chikungunya could be related to mosquito bite. If it's waterborne disease like typhoid, cholera, then one should be looking at source of water inside the house, how this could have happened. And also spread the word in the community. Let's say you found out, take those steps,
Correct.
getting your surrounding, spread with, ask your local municipal corporation to spread pesticide, help you in getting rid of accumulated water. And one can also, during this time, make sure this person who is fallen sick, is getting proper treatment, whether it's inside the house. If it's something which can spread to other people like viral fever, this person should be isolated for some time. Taking proper care of the diet of this person is very important. So taking all the precautions to stop any spread of the disease within the house is equally important. Same kind of care which we took during COVID. If anybody
I was
had
just
fallen
going to
sick,
come up to
yeah,
that.
yeah, one should be avoiding contact if let's say there is viral fever. So because in this situation we do not know whether it's viral unless the doctor
So
has
it's
suggested something
contagious
else.
basically.
Yeah,
It's
these are
best.
all contagious conditions. You will see in most of the, even in Aditya, most of the claim that, you see uh, there's a great number of patients where the whole family, more than one family member has been hospitalized for the same condition,
Same
which are all
condition.
monsoon related. Yeah, so one should be very, very taking good care of themselves during this time.
So COVID has somewhere helped us in knowing that how you
Yeah.
have to isolate yourself and what all food you should be eating. The best is like eating the home cooked nutritious meal, dal, roti, sabzi, salad. Stick to that and not just go on the fancy eatings and this. So I hope you agree on that, Dr. Sunil. Like eating
Yeah.
home cooked food is going to be the best way to stay to recover faster and to stay
Yeah.
protected.
Yes, in a way, yes, it will. It has actually spread. It has made people more aware about the health and the basic hygiene, which doctors have been telling for so long. But this has actually made people be more educated about what they should be doing. So yes, this has helped.
Yeah, like, they know that you can't treat yourself without
Yes,
meeting the doctor. You have to visit the
yes,
doctor. You have
yes,
to do the test. You have to isolate yourself. Don't go about a meeting. Kare, बारिश ही तो है, normal सर्दी है.
yes. And if one has fever or any symptom like cough, sneezing, it's okay if you don't go to your office on that day.
Yeah,
One can work from home. A lot of corporates are allowing this.
yes.
So don't spread it to other people in the office. Better to keep it with yourself. Take off during this time. Uh, but avoid contact with other people. Don't spread it to others.
Dr. Singh, you also mentioned that inform the local either BMC people or your society people, so that they are we can prevent them falling from the same health condition. Like if
Yes.
the water is contaminated, we can get the water changed. We can see if there is any pesticides treatment needs to be done in the society. That can be done so that other people are not falling sick because of the same health condition. So
Yes.
we can prevent this if either of
Yes.
us are like,
Then most of the municipal corporations actually they take important steps before monsoon starts, but they're all ears. One can always inform them about let's say there is an increase in mosquitoes in your locality, or if there is anything which you have found which is which could lead to spread of the condition like accumulation of dirty water and all. They of course they take steps. One should be reaching out to them, which
correct.
is very important. So not only yourself, we should be taking care of others. In a society, of course, there are there could be chairman of the society or could be local their wards and so and so forth. Their local authorities actually nominated everywhere to take all these important steps, but one should be taking
Good
initiative to
thing.
inform them.
Yes,
Yeah.
I totally agree. Dr. Sneel, we often tell that get physically fit, and monsoon is one of the biggest hiccups. Like, how
Yeah.
should we go out and,
Mm.
engage in any physical activity? People are still afraid to go to gyms due to the
Mm.
COVID. So,
Yeah.
can you suggest us few health tips or few exercises which
Mm.
people can do at home, not losing on their health due to monsoon, and also enjoy little home cooked foods, like which are
Mm.
little, pakode and all kha rahe hain, but it's not affecting their health.
Yes. So, among indoor exercises can be done if let's say it's raining outside. Uh, one can offer yoga. Yoga sessions can be taken, which one can do at home also. There are a lot of cardiovascular exercises which can be done at home, uh, and a lot of exercises can become part of your life itself, like climbing stairs or walking small distances. All this can be done, or or could be doing household chores. I mean, that is
Correct.
very important. One can
Best.
help each other. Yeah, best way to do this. uh, Gyms have start opening, so one can go to gym also to exercise, but there is no excuse for anyone to not exercise during rains. One should be uh, one
Focusing
can
on
do
that.
there are many ways of doing it indoor.
I agree. I agree. Like, if you don't like to go to gym or anything, you can just get into the basic household chores. Do
Yes.
I think doing pocha is one of the best exercises
Yeah.
during lockdown.
And people learned during lockdown. Yeah.
Yes, yes, they've learned all kinds of household chores. So that's one of the best ways. And yoga, definitely, like people abroad are practicing yoga and celebrating World Yoga Day. I think we Indians need to also start practicing yoga. And Dr. Singh, in fact, on our Active Health app, we also have these workout videos, which we can do it at home. We don't have to step outside and, maintain their health.
Yes, one can follow that
Mhm.
definitely.
Yes, yes. Dr. Snail, so apart from this, any particular advice you would also like to give to patients who have asthma? Do they have to take any other precautions in this monsoon season?
Yeah. For people those are suffering from asthma, because during this time there could be increase in pollen in the environment, which may lead to aggravation of asthma in some cases. Uh, but one should be avoiding infection in particular, because of infection, asthma can get aggravated. So all precautions which you have told for other people is all applicable here. With
Okay.
apart, yeah, and particularly please take flu vaccine, asthmatic patients, and pneumococcal vaccine. Please be updated with that. Flu vaccine is very, very important for you because you don't want to suffer from any of the influenza or other conditions. Visit your doctor for get your medication updated. Titration should be done so that you are taking proper medication during this time. Uh, Keep your puffs with you. If you're on puffs, you should be aspirin puffs. You should be taking that regularly as per your doctor's instruction.
Okay.
Don't self medicate yourself. Very,
Yeah.
very important. And be updated with your vaccines and take all the precautions, as I've told for everyone, as specifically applicable for asthmatic patients.
Okay, okay. So nothing like we have to basically follow all the precautions what others are following, and more importantly, like just after rainy season, it's the winters, which is
Yes.
even more difficult for them. So if they are
Yeah.
safe over here, the next season is going to be better for them.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Dr. Sunil, so can you help us with the key takeaways from today's session on how we can enjoy our monsoon guilt-free and be protected from all kinds of these monsoon-related waterborne diseases?
Yeah. I would say first, wear mask in crowded places. Don't let water accumulate near you, or anywhere that you go to. uh, Ensure that there is no mosquito breeding places close to your house. Use mosquito nets. Use roll on or mosquito repellents when you're going out. Drink clean water. Boil your water. Filter your water. Maintain hand hygiene. Maintain food hygiene. Avoid eating roadside food. Even if you're going to water parks or such places, make sure that you don't have any open wound. Avoid crowded places, and most important, be updated with your vaccines. Take flu vaccines, typhoid, rotavirus, and also hepatitis A vaccine is very important. If you've not taken your COVID boosters, please take COVID boosters as well.
This was a very insightful session, Dr. Sunil. Thank you so much for educating us and educating us with such interesting topic. We hope this information which was shared will help you through this session and will motivate you to be more cautious about your health and so that you can enjoy this season without any fear. Thank you so much, Dr. Sunil.
Thank you, Vasunda. Thank you for inviting me again. Thanking you, and stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy monsoon.
Great, great. Thank you everyone for watching us. Do follow these tips shared today so that you can embark on your health journey. And we will be right back for another Health from Home session. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy.